Changes of state means we were discussing about all three states of matter. These all three states of matter can change from one state to the other state of matter. For example, solid can change to liquid, liquid can change to gases, and even the same way, gases can change to liquid and liquid can change to gases. So here we say as a change of states of matter. Okay. Now we will start with first one. The process by which a solid changes to liquid. A solid changes to liquid is called as melting. If suppose I take example of butter, when you put a piece of butter on a hot pan, what you can observe there? A butter starts to melt. Right? When we are heating the pan with a piece of butter, the butter starts to melt there. Previously, the butter was in a solid form, right? Now, when you put it on a hot pan, because of the heat, it starts melting. So here, what we have done, what is this process? The process by which solid changes to liquid is called as melting. What is called as now? Melting, right? The same way, when you heat more, the other example if I give you, when you put a hot pan, sprinkle some water over the hot pan. So here, what happens to the water droplets there on the hot pan? It evaporates immediately, right? The process here it takes place is the evaporation. The process by which a liquid changes to gas or changes into vapor is called as evaporation. When a liquid, suppose you are heating the water, you are boiling the water. After some time, the water starts to evaporate. So the liquid is evaporating. When you continuously heat the liquid starts to changes into vapor. It evaporates. It changes into gaseous form. Means the liquid here you are changing into gaseous form. So from liquid state, it goes to the gaseous state, right? So now we have seen the example of solid changes to liquid and liquid changes to gas. So here what we are doing in all this process, we are heating the thing. We are heating the solid to melt into liquid form. And when you heat the liquid again, it evaporates and changes to gaseous form. So here we are heating the states of matter to change into different states of matter. In the same way, now we are heating. So in the reverse form, the opposite of heat means to cool down. So when you the or you can change the states of matter. Like when you're heating the water starts to boil. If you put a lid over the boiling water, this vapor which evaporates gets collected over the lid. And this gas, when they come closer to each other, they form the droplets. So here, gas changes to liquid form. What happened here? The gas has changed to liquid form. The process by which the gas changes into liquid on cooling is called as condensation. So what is the process here happens is condensation. The process by which a gas changes into liquid on cooling is called as condensation. Even, okay, the next thing, now we have changed gas into liquid. Now we got the liquid here by condensation process. So when you take a ice cream and you put it in the ice tray and same ice tray you put it in a freezer, in a deep freezer, and the next day when you observe this water has changed into ice, right? So water was in a liquid form when you put it in the freezer. Then what happened there? It has converted into solid form. Ice is a solid form. Okay, ice is a solid form of water. So what we have done here, the liquid is changed to solid by freezing. Which process we have taken here? The freezing process. In which the liquid changes into solid is called as freezing. So by cooling this thing, we can change the gas to liquid from the condensation here, and from liquid to solid forms the freezing here. So by heating or by cooling the states of matter, you can change the state of matter there. Right? So here the change of matter, the states of matter are interchangeable. What they are? The states of matter are interchangeable. One state of matter can change to other state of matter. It depends upon whether you are heating the matter or whether you are cooling the matter. Here I have used the word matter. I did not use the word object or any substance. Okay. Remember, matter. We are discussing about matter, not a particular object or a substance. So when you heat the matter, it changes from solid to liquid, liquid to gases. When you cool the matter, it changes from gases to liquid and liquid to solid. Even the same way, the solid also can directly change to gases by sublimation process. Okay, and also gas can also directly change to solid form by deposition. Okay, these terms you are going to study in the higher classes. What is sublimation and what is deposition? Here you have to study only about what is melting, evaporation, freezing. These are due to change of states of matter. Next comes your term, that is solvent and fluid. Now, suppose we perform an activity there. Take a glass of water, have some salt nearby you, and take a spoon. Now you add a salt to the water. Okay. Now we are mixing the salt into water. Now you stir the salt in the water. You stir it very properly. Then what happens here? The salt which you have added in the water just disappeared. Where the salt went? It doesn't go anywhere. The salt is mixed in the water, right? The salt is mixed in the water here. Then, after mixing the water, here we get the salt water solution, the salty water we get, right? Suppose we take example of milk. We add sugar into the milk. We stir the sugar very properly so that the sugar should mix in the milk and we can bring the sweetness there, right? The sugar is mixed here. So when we are talking about salt water, we have added salt into the water. And here we can say that the salt is added into water, salt dissolves in it, right? Salt is known as a solute. What a salt it is now? It is a solute substance that dissolves in a solvent. Now what is solvent? Water is known as solvent here. Okay, the substance that dissolves in a solute. That dissolves the solute. Okay, solvent is a substance in which the solute dissolves. Right. Then the final mixture you get is a solution. Final mixture you get is a solution.